कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। विष्णुपाद परम सुप्रभाचकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतस्ते ऐसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। विष्णुपाद परम सुप्रभाचकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतस्ते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की श्री भक्तिनो ठाकुर की जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की षड गोस्वामी वृंद की पंचतत्व की शिष्य निताय गौरांग की श्री राधा कुंद गौ नटराज की जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुब्रमैया की तुलसी महारानी की all goes to assembled lotus, all goes to assembled lotus, all goes to assembled lotus, all goes to Guru and Gauranga. इसको लगा दो, इसको लगा। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। We are reading from Canto 10th, verse chapter number 63, verse number 22. Lord Krishna fights with Banasura. So please recite after me. I think we'll just go through the previous verses and we'll come here. It is from 7 to 22. So you all can go to verse number 7. So we'll offer prayers also and we'll start. Okay. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Nilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sagana Raghunadanitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं पर्यनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्तांश नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् नित्यनामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतिशे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय नीलाचला निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। So there was fight started between Lord Krishna and Banasur. Lord Krishna is with Balram and Pradyumna, Niruddha and all the Yadus and on one side and Banasur, Lord Shiva and his son Kartikeya, they are all on the other side. It's like Lord Shiva means you know all the other. He's the principal demigod, and Kartikeya is the commander in chief of the demigods. So there may be many demigods participating in the this battle, and also the Shiva's followers. We will get the slokas, all the ghosts and different kind of living entities. So we'll read from verse 7, how the this battle is going to start, and verse number 7. Asitsu tumulam yuddham adbhutam romaharshanam Krishna Shankarayo Rajan Pradyumna Guhyorapi. It is like it started. Su tumulam. It is very tumultuous, to, fight. And adbhutam, it is astonishing. And romaharshanam is it is making the hair stand on end. This war. It's like that. And who are there? Lord Krishna and it's between Krishna and Shiva. The Shiva is protecting Banasur, so he is on the side of Banasur and is fighting with Krishna. And Pradyumna is fighting with Kartikeya. Kartikeya is the son of Lord Shiva and is the commander in chief of the demigods. Like that, verse number 8, and 8, verse number 8. Lord Balram fought with Kumbanda and Kupakarna, Shamba with Bana's son, and Satyaki with Bana. And in this, when this battle has started, and all the demigods came for watching. Brahmadiha, Suradisha, Munaya, Siddha Charana, Gandharva, Vapasaraso, Yaksha, Vimane, Darshutum, Agam. Brahma and all other ruling demigods, along with Siddhas, Charanas, and great sages, as well as Gandharvas, Apsaras, and Akshas, all came in their celestial airplanes to watch the war, this battle. So you can imagine how the battle is. Sankarsananucharan Surer Bhuta Pramata Guhyakam Dakinir Yatudanas Namsha Vetalam Sa Vinayakan Preta Matre Pisachamsha Kusmandan Brahma Rakshasam Davyayan Asa Tritikshana Sharesh Saranga Dhanushchita. Like with sharp pointed arrows discharged from his bow, Saranga, Lord Krishna drew away the various followers of Lord Shiva. Bhutas, Pretas, Guhyakas, Dakinis, Yatudanas, Vetalas, Vinayakas, Pretas, Matas, Pisachas, Kusumandas, and Brahmarakshas. These are all different. When Yashodamai was uh, uh, chanting various mantras to protect Lord Krishna, and at that time this all names comes. There it is Prabhupada writes in purport that when Lord is there or his names are chanted, then there is no question of other entities surveying there. So here Lord is, he drew away all of them just at a time with his pointed arrows. So verse number 12. Lord Shiva, wielder of the trident, shot various weapons at Lord Krishna, wielder of Saranga. But Lord Krishna was not in the least perplexed. Avismitaha. He neutralized all the weapons with appropriate counter weapons. So no one can make Lord perplex. Instead, Lord makes everyone uh, Vismita. Brahmaji and Lord Shiva, who are the principal demigods of this universe, they become perplexed by Lord's activities. In Brahma Vimohan Leela we see how Lord Brahma got bewildered. And in this Leela, how Lord Shiva is also, and even this Moini avatar, at the time also how Lord Shiva get bewildered by Moini Murti. So he, Lord Krishna neutralized all the weapons with appropriate counter weapons. Lord Krishna counteracted a Brahmastra with another Brahmastra, a wind weapon with a mountain weapon, a fire weapon with a rain weapon, and Lord Shiva's personal Pashupastra weapon with his own personal weapon, Narayanastra. So these are all special weapons of Lord Shiva, and it was counteracted by Narayanastra. After bewildering Lord Shiva by making him yawn with a yawning weapon, Lord Krishna proceeded to strike down Banasura's army with his sword, club, and arrows. So he made Lord Shiva yawn. Means somebody tired, then he becomes feeling sleepy. Then one yawns. So Lord made Lord Shiva feeling sleepy and उनका enthusiasm कम कर दिया मतलब in the war. And Lord Krishna proceeded towards Banasura's army. Lord Kartikeya was distressed by the flood of Pradyumna's arrows raining down from all sides, and thus he fled the battlefield on his peacock as blood poured from his limbs. So this is the condition of the commander-in-chief of the demigods. He ran from the battlefield. His blood is pouring from his body. Then Kumbhanda and Kupa Karna, tormented by Lord Balaram's club, fell down dead. When the soldiers of these two demons saw that their leader had been killed, they scattered in all directions. And all the followers of these two demons, they all fled in different directions. Banasura was furious to see his entire military force being torn apart. Leaving his fight with Satiki, he charged across the battlefield on his chariot and attacked Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna is the leader of all the uh, whole battle. So he attacked Lord Krishna. Excited to a frenzy by the fighting, Banasura simultaneously pulled taut all the strings of his 500 bows and fixed two arrows on each string. Lord Srihari split every one of the Banasura's bows simultaneously and also struck his chariot driver, chariot and horses. The Lord then sounded his conch shell. Just then, Banasura's mother, Kotora, Kotara, desiring to save her son's life, appeared before Lord Krishna naked and with her hair undone. Lord Gadagraja turned his face away to avoid seeing the naked woman, and Banasura, deprived of his chariot, his bows shattered, took the opportunity to flee into his city. So, Lord doesn't want to see the naked woman and hair undone. You know, uh, so the Lord turned his face uh, and Banasura also flee from the place. So here we can learn how Lord Krishna doesn't like to see the naked woman or hair undone. But modern people, they're very enthusiastic right, to keep the hair uh, undone and not tying. Previously in previous ages, people used to braid the hair properly but modern people they all and is a sign of inauspiciousness actually and uh, and people also want to expose but Lord doesn't like from this you can say and today's verse will so we'll recite this verse and we'll discuss. You can all recite after me. Vidravite bhutagane ज्वरस्तु त्रिशिरस्त्रिपात् अभ्याधावत दा- दाशार्हम् दहनम् इव दिशो दशा विद्राविते भूतगणे ज्वरस्तु त्रिशिरस्त्रिपात् अभ्याधावत दशार्हम् दहनम् इव दिशो दशा विद्राविते भूतगणे ज्वरस्तु त्रिशिरस्त्रिपात् अभ्याधावत दाशार्हम् दहनम् इव दिशो दिशा. विद्राविते Mata is Udravite Bhutagane. What word meaning? Vidravite, having been driven away. Bhutagane, all the followers of Lord Shiva. Jwara, the personification of fever. Who serves him? Lord Shiva. Two, but three, Sira, having heads. Three, path, having feet. Abhyadhavata, ran toward Dasharham, Lord Krishna. Dahan, burning. Iva, as if it were. Disha, the directions. Dasha, 10. Translation and purport for the disciples of His Reverence A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, his disciples ki jai. After Lord Shiva's followers had been driven away, the Shiva Jwara, who had 3 heads and 3 feet, pressed forward to attack Lord Krishna. As the Shiva Jwara approached, he seemed to burn everything in the 10 directions. Purport. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti quotes the following description of the Shiva Jwara. Jwarastri padastri siraha sadbhujo navalochana Basma Praharano Raudra Kalantaka Yamopamaha. The terrible Shivajara had 3 legs, 3 heads, 6 arms, and 9 eyes. Showering ashes, he appeared equal to time, death, and Yamraj. So his description is like this: having 3 legs and 3 heads and 6 arms and 9 eyes. No, 3 head means 9 eyes. Means each head has 3 eyes. Then it is 9. So he was living in his desires are there are 84 lakh species. They are one of the species. This so according to the desire of the living entities, Lord gives the body. So these are living entities who desire like this. They are having this kind of. So this battle is going on between Yadus and Banasur army and Lord Shiva's army. So and Lord Krishna is destroying the whole army within seconds. And the final Shiv Jora, it's like a last option for Lord Shiva. Is Shiv Jora, he which comes to attack Lord Krishna. So here, in this battle we see that how Lord Krishna and all the Yadus, they become victorious, and shows how the Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and Lord Shiva is his devotee. Like these pastimes make us understand uh, how the relation between Krishna and Shiva, how he is always subordinate and always accompanying his pastimes, to make everyone understand how Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And we see the difference of devotees of Lord Shiva and devotees of Lord Krishna. In one lecture, Prabhupada is saying, recently played. Any anyone other than Vishnu's devotee, everyone is demon. Yes, Prabhupada said, no? Yes, he is a demon. Practically, Prabhupada says that all the devotees of Lord Shiva are demons only. Like Prabhupada directly speaks, and Prabhupada gives the example of this Ravana and like that. So generally, the devotees of Lord Shiva, they go for material benedictions. Now, if somebody goes for pure devotional service, we should, then Lord Shiva arranges, as we see in the Prachetas, and we see in our Krishna conscious movement also, many of the Prabhupada or some like disciples of Prabhupada who are worshipping Lord Shiva. The, Radhana Maharaj, he used to, when he's going towards this Nepal, this Shivji ka place, he got down at Mathura. So Lord Shiva helps to get an opportunity for pure devotion service. And in Radhesham Prabhu also, he used to worship Lord Shiva before. He was saying. So, previously, a few days before Ram Seva Prabhu came, he also, is from his family from the Shaivite family. So he was staunch worshipper of Lord Shiva. He was telling, every day he used to worship that ling and chant mantras. So here we see how the difference between the devotees of Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna. Where here we see Banasur, he made Shiva as his security guard and like that. And because he has given that benediction, Shiva is forced to take his side and battle with Krishna. Of course, this is a pastime. So similar, we will discuss just about how the difference of between the devotees of Krishna and Lord Shiva or the demigods. So a similar question was asked by Parikshit Maharaj. In the further chapters it comes, where this Vikrasur pastime comes, there it comes. And Parikshit Maharaj asked the question, question why the devotees of Lord Shiva, whether they are in human society or demonic society or demigods, we see Kubera is the devotee of Lord Shiva, he is the treasurer of the demigods. And in demonic, you see Ravana and many other asuras, who worship Lord Shiva, and even this and in humans, they are materially opulent. Although Lord Shiva himself lives in the in a poverty-stricken condition, he doesn't makes his home, he lives in crematorium or not. But his devotees are materially opulent. On the other hand, the devotees of Lord Vishnu, you see them very, sometime not opulent or not prosperous. We see Sudama Brahman. He is having, he doesn't have to food for eating. We see in the pastimes of Chaitanya Chaitamrita, Sudama, Sisi Nitai Gaurang ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. We see Kolvecha Sridhar. And he was uh, you know, he was selling banana leaves and all, uh, banana flower, bananas, having thatched hut with holes and dhoti with holes, and uh, and like this, and also one brahmachari in Chetam it comes like so neither devotees also aspire for material things. They don't ask Lord also for those things. But instead, we on the other side we see that the devotees of Lord Shiva, they desire benedictions for material opulence like this demon Ravana and many others we see. And so why there is like this? Parishad Maharaj asked question: why there are the devotees of Lord Shiva are opulent and Lord Shiva himself is not stays in not in prosperous condition. But Lord Vishnu is the husband of goddess of fortune. He is in Vaikunta. He is fully opulent. Why his devotees are not so opulent? So then, understanding the question of Parishad Maharaj, Sukadeva Goswami speaks. Lord Shiva is the husband of Durga, who is the material energy. So he is the master of material energy. All the three qualities are uh, under him. He is not affected by them, but he is the director of those three modes. So when the devotees of Lord Shiva, they worship him, they desire material benedictions and uh, material opulence, which is uh, under these three modes. They all get the facilities to enjoy within these three modes because they desire that. So yesterday when the Arun Gopal or day before yesterday some duties. So Lord Shiva is engaged in meditation, so he doesn't want to get disturbed by the then his devotee is asking for material things, so he immediately gives them and make them not to disturb him. So that is what, because they aspire, they desire for this material opulence and happiness. So Lord Shiva gives them. So, but those who engage in devotional service of Lord Vishnu, they don't aspire for those things. Even if they aspire for those things, Lord thinks before whether it is good for the devotee. You like uh, we see the demigods are capable of giving benedictions and also curses. So those who worship them, they will give all the benedictions according to their capacities. But if they don't worship properly, all like we see in the Govardhan Lila, where Indra is being worshipped every year by Vrajvasis. One year they stopped worship. He became so angry that he want to destroy them. So they are kind of demigods. They play that kind of role. They are not bothered about the worshipper. They are more of self conscious also. How they will get it. And when they give the benediction also, there are enough in this Brahmaji giving benediction to Hiranyakashipu, who misused it and make giving suffering to all the demigods and everyone. But the devotees of Krishna or Vishnu, when they worship Lord Vishnu or they seek benedictions, Lord thinks uh, very much before giving them those things, whether it is good for him. And in Chaitam Chaitamrita, it is explained the process of devotional service chapter. Uh, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaking to Sanatan Goswami. There the slokas comes where uh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is advertising, the glory of devotional service. How worshipping uh, him, Krishna, Vishnu, is so glorious. Because Lord, even though people come to him for material things, he doesn't, uh, because of their not having proper intelligence, still he does, he makes, gives his own socharna, he gives his own lotus feet, where they forget their material desires. We see in the case of Dhruva Maharaj, he wanted bigger kingdom than Brahmaji. So he did severe austerity. In 6 months he pleased Lord Vishnu. But after that, he was lamenting uh, worshipping him for material opulence. And he says that uh, I was doing this austerity for the broken pieces of glass, but I got Divya Ratnam, Lord. So from this pastime we see how uh, the devotees of Lord Vishnu, even though they have material desires and go for that, uh, Krishna makes arrangement in such a way that they finally get purified and they come closer to him. He gives his own lotus feet. Whereas the demigods, they just give what the worshippers want, and they are more of uh, uh, self-conscious also, like now what they are getting, like we see in the case of uh, Indra. So, what is actually material happiness is the uh, gratification of the senses, tongue, belly, genitals, and mind. All these are the different uh, things which people worship demigods to get satisfied by material opulence and sense gratification. So the devotees of Lord Shiva are opulent in terms of material qualities. But the mission of human life is to become transcendental to three qualities. Nistragunyo Bhavarjuna. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So uh, our goal of life is not to enjoy things in this world and go to the heavenly planets or again come back. This is not the goal of life. Goal of life is to transcend the three modes and engage in the devotional service of the Lord and go back home, back to Godhead. So, the devotees of Lord Vishnu, this Shiva, they become material opulent and become puffed up and they act in this way, like Banasur, like this, Ravana. But the devotees who worship the Supreme Person of Godhead, one becomes enriched with spiritual advancement. You know, they develop all the good qualities and always engage in the service of the Lord. So this is we see outside also many people who don't want to give up their material desires, they generally engage in demigod worship. Outside, we see Kali Puja and Shivji ka many people worship. Uh, One of my friend, when he came to, he's my like school friend. So I introduced him to Krishna consciousness once. So he took up chanting. He was chanting rounds. Uh, but after some time, uh, the topic of meat eating came. So I told, if you're eating meat, you can chant. But after when you are chanting, you can't eat meat. Like that I told. So then he had to decide what to do. So then again he, you know, gave up Krishna consciousness. Then he just chants one round. But he regularly goes to Shiv temple, Shivji, and he offers cow milk and all the worship. So he regularly does both things. Chant one round every day, and he goes for worshipping Lord Shiva, and because he has can't give up that, and he eats meat all or like. So there are many people who can't. Uh, Generally, they all worship the demigods. They know also, like if we want to worship, if, you have to give up all those things. Like that. Mhm. But I don't know regarding this where okay, where is Shivaji Bro? He was telling that where these people are chanting this kirtan here. I heard that they break that 24 hours kirtan by eating fish and all those things. You know. He was saying, I was surprised. And they drink also. I don't know what kind of devotees or which category they come. You know. Mm. So, like Sajiyas, like where people take it cheaply, or they may be chanting, they may not. They are not chanting the mantra. They are chanting only words from the Lord. Mm. So, as yesterday, Arvind Gopal Prabhu was speaking about pastime of Vikrasara, we'll go more detail in that. And so, when this, when Parikshit Maharaj asked the question to Sukadeva Goswami, he recites the incident of uh, King Yudhishthir asking Lord Krishna, directly. Uh, 54 of I think. We have only 5 minutes. Asking why, devotees of Lord Vishnu are not material opulent and other demigods are opulent. So Lord Krishna speaks in that reply to the Maharaj's question. He says, Lord Krishna says, when I especially favor a devotee, or especially wish to take care of him, the first thing I do is to take away his riches. So, and making him penniless, he says. And what happens when one becomes penniless and poverty stricken, all his relatives, everyone uh, gives him up. Actually, this is the nature, material law, nature. And even I am not the exception. like, uh, like somebody materially poverty stricken, nobody cares much unless you are spiritually. One thing is there, you may help spiritually, but uh, it's not that every time you may uh, they may need material need, but even the people don't bother about the other person. Like, you know, or is in a. So generally, all the relatives, everyone will gives up the person. So he become completely depend on the Lord. You know, because this arrangement is especially made by Krishna for his devotee, just to make him completely depend upon him, and to free him from all material obligations. He can he can then concentrate his energies, mind and body, everything for the service of the Lord, and that is pure devotional service. So in the case of Srila Prabhupada himself, uh, he lost all the wealth, his business, everything, and his family members not much give value to him. And so finally, Prabhupada took full shelter of the instructions of the spiritual master. And we see the Prabhupada life. Materially, it is a failure. His daughter didn't get married. Normally, father, if he doesn't make his daughters married, means he's like a failure person. But because Prabhupada is so spiritually high in consciousness, you know, you know, and he gave the high priority to the instructions of the spiritual master, and he gave up his material life and took sannyas, and we see, and he became the richest person. Prabhupada afterwards establishing International Society of Krishna Consciousness. So this is the whole arrangement of the Lord. Whether the devotee becomes poorer or richer, and both are not because of his karma or like that. Both is the arrangement of the Lord to make him completely depend on him and fully engage in the devotion service of the Lord. And we see in the many devotees who come to Krishna consciousness, and afterwards if they go away, Krishna sometimes gives sometimes disease or something. Disease means what? He is taking your body only. Money means something little external. Some giving cancer or something like means he's taken everything. And make them fully depend on the Lord. And we see also them coming back and taking full shelter in the story of 𝐻𝐼𝐍 Prabhu. He gave up, but when Lord gave cancer, he came back and fully remembering the Lord and with full realizations went back to Godhead. And this is the thing why Krishna gives difficulties in the life of devotee to make them intense in their Krishna consciousness. Their devotion service become accelerated when the distress is there. So I'll read one just few sentences. When after the dense dark night there is finally sunrise in the morning, it is very pleasant. When there is scorching heat, cold water is very pleasant. And when there is freezing winter, hot water is very pleasant. Similarly, when a devotee, after experiencing the distress of the material world, relishes the spiritual happiness awarded by the Lord, his position is still more pleasant and enjoyable. So this is the why Lord sometimes make his devotees give miseries or things to make their devotional service intense, because uh, this metal world is for rectification, for our purification. When we become relaxed, generally when there is comforts, everything is there, we are not so intense in our Krishna. When there is difficulties, one intensely remembers Lord, and that makes one get purified fast. But non-devotees, they don't generally don't worship the Lord Vishnu, because they know that they were want of benedictions, so they think, see who can give them, satisfy their material desires. So they don't come actually to Lord. It is already 9 o'clock. We will not go into Uttarasul first time. This one. So, if you have anybody, so the our summary of our what we discussed uh, is the devotees of Lord Vishnu are personally taken care by the Krishna and give them whatever needed for their advancement in Krishna consciousness. And even though they come with material desires, he makes arrangement in such a way that they get purified and gives his own lotus feet. You know? And whereas the demigods, they are more of self-conscious and they give just what is uh, given by their worshippers, and they get in trouble also, like we see. So from this we understand how one should worship Lord Vishnu. Akama sarvakamava mokshagam utaradi tivrena bhakti yogena jate worship Vendra Srimad Bhagavatam ki. If anybody have questions or comments personally, we can meet. Hare Krishna.